Welcome to Table Talk, where there's always room at the table. I am your host, Jonathan Harmon of the J. Harmon Home Team, and we can't wait to talk to these fine guests. Enjoy the show. Hello, welcome everybody to Table Talk. My name's Jonathan Harmon. I'm with the J. Harmon Home Team, powered by Keller Williams. And you know, Trent, this is I love starting the week out with this because I love meeting people that are doing cool things in our community, people that are doing the work, that are building this community into what it is. And there is no finer representation of that than our Diplomat program through the Chamber of Commerce. And so I've got two awesome diplomats sitting here with me. I'm going to introduce them here in a second, but we're going to also hear real quick from my favorite diplomat. Love y'all, mean it. But my favorite diplomat, Mr. Brian Nail of Premise Mortgage, who happens to be a huge supporter of all things Spread the Positive. So let's hear from Brian.
Yeah. Hey, my name is Brian Nail. I'm a mortgage loan officer with Premise Bank Mortgage. I want to tell you that I absolutely love being a member of the Spread the Positive Network. It's such a great mission and helps bring so much positivity to our community. It's truly a pleasure to be part of. There are a lot of ways to navigate financing a home, and in markets like this, having the advice of a trusted local professional is key to making sure you get the right advice for your specific circumstances. Whether you're interested in the purchase of a new home, second home, or have a need for a refinance, I'd love to earn your trust. If I can help you nail your mortgage, call me at 615-243-3976 or visit nailyourmortgage.com.
Premise Mortgage is a subsidiary of Premise Bank, a member FDIC, equal housing opportunity. As always, all loans are subject to approval. Premise Mortgage, NMLS number 1894879.
We love having you as part of the Spread the Positive mission. All right, so the most important diplomats are the ones sitting in front of me, right? And so I got two awesome folks. Everybody's best friend, Mr. Grady Payne.
Hello.
How are you, bud?
Good.
And then Brandise Raikes. I just met you just now. And that's odd. Though I'm not a diplomat, I attend all kinds of stuff, and I don't know how I haven't met you before.
Well, I can be a little quiet.
I'm not
at first. So I tend to just talk to people that I know in the beginning. So I'm starting to branch out a little bit as part of the Diplomat program and meet new people. But it seems like I meet someone new every day.
You don't really have a choice but to get
Right.
going in there.
Right.
So I just jotted down while we were hearing from Brian a couple of questions that I want to ask you guys, and I think you're really going to love question number 5.
Fantastic.
But it's number 5. I'm going to save the best for last. So all right. So real quick, Brandise, what do you do?
Well, I am a marketing coordinator, for Murfreesboro Medical Clinic, and so that job looks like a lot of different things, but my primary role is community outreach for the clinic. So sponsorships are partnerships with nonprofits and things like that.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
And now, were you around Murfreesboro Medical Clinic long enough to be in the old building?
I was not.
No.
I'm fairly new to the clinic. I started in January 22. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
So one of the very first doctors that I ever went to when I was a kid, well, like early memory type deal, was in the old building, which of course got bulldozed and became the
Police
the
department.
big police
Yeah.
police station. Yeah. And you guys have a big, beautiful building over there on Medical Center.
Mhm.
I think they probably about doubled their square footage when they built that place. And
Yes.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
awesome.
for sure. Yeah. And then we have another location on Shelbyville Pike. And then we
Oh,
have
that's
another
right.
one opening in the West Lawn area, the Blackman community, in October.
Very good. Very good.
Yes.
On the
Mhm.
move.
Well, Rutherford County is growing.
I know.
So we have to grow with them.
That's cool. That's cool. And then, of course, Grady Payne, one of my favorite humans over at F&M Bank. Grady does all kinds of stuff over there. But give us the summary, bud.
Full service bank.
Mhm.
F&M is realistically a loan bank. That's kind of what we specialize in, along with your traditional bank products.
Sure.
Whether it's with the construction piece, the business piece. My specialty happens to be the HELOC,
Hmm.
amongst other things. And then we have F&M Mortgage, which does your purchase and refis.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's a good time. Been there 3 years now.
Really? I feel
Time flies.
Wow. Yeah, no kidding. So both of you guys are diplomats. So in a nutshell, tell us and everybody that's watching, what is a chamber diplomat? Why does that program exist? And then throw in there, why did you sign up to be a diplomat?
Ladies first.
Oh, he's so kind. So the Diplomat program is a volunteer program through the chamber. It's made up of business owners, business leaders, small businesses to large businesses. And essentially, we're kind of the arm that spreads the word about new businesses. Um, I think we even do a little recruiting of new businesses to join the chamber.
Mhm.
So it's a group of people that will get the word out about your business, your opening, and encourage people to come.
And if nothing else, guarantee good attendance at your ribbon cutting.
100%. We'll have 50 people there.
That's it.
So yes.
That's it. And then why did you join?
So I got involved with the Diplomat program because my husband and I moved to Murfreesboro in late 2019, and then COVID happened and the world shut down. And I hadn't had the opportunity to really get to know my community or be involved. And the Diplomat program seemed like a really good way for me to learn Rutherford County and Murfreesboro and to get involved in the community as I was where I lived previously.
Sure. Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Mhm.
you really don't get much of a choice on that, do you?
No, you don't. And I've made amazing friends and contacts. And now my husband will tell you I'm probably involved in a little too much.
As is frequently the case.
Yeah,
Yes.
but he'll be okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Grady, how about you, bud?
Probably like everybody else, right? Generate business.
Sure.
But I think when I got there, that became secondary.
Mm-hmm.
I think the primary thing was, as Brandis said, the friendships. From the friendships became community connector. Hey, I need help here, or who do you know that does this, or
Yeah.
and vice versa. And I think that's become kind of the mantra for that program is the connection part in the community, whether it's business, whether it's even friendship, right?
Sure.
Or just anything where somebody needs somebody else to help them connect, or I need a mentor. I need to go to the next stage.
Right.
Well, I know somebody that can help.
Yeah.
And I think that's been for me. You can't put a price tag on that piece.
Yeah.
You and I, we've been, meeting up various places, various businesses. That's what the program is.
Yeah.
And I think this year, I've brought in 5 or 6 new businesses. Again, just having conversations.
To F&M, is that what you mean?
No, to the chamber.
Oh, okay.
New
Okay.
businesses, and they're always asking, what benefit does the chamber bring to me? That's an easy question. I mean, it's easy to answer. It's like, well, hey, you're going to be, if you attend those events,
It's always what you make of it, right?
Absolutely.
you
Yeah.
got to put in it. But, if you're going to dump whatever the membership fee is, well, you better be out
Show
there,
up,
right?
yeah.
Mhm.
And again,
Because it isn't useful if you don't use it.
Right.
well, and
I can have every hammer in the world, but if I don't know how to swing it or I don't swing it,
Absolutely.
there's paperweights.
and two, more importantly, and I've kind of found this out, is these folks will go, but they're a wallflower.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, that's fine. If you feel uncomfortable, especially at a business after hours where you've
Mhm.
got a couple of hundred people, it's noisy, find you a mentor, find you, hey, I need help connecting here.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at this. Find somebody that you know and can trust or whatever, and then go make connections.
Well, and I'm gonna throw this out there, okay? If you attend a business after hours or a business before hours and you feel overwhelmed, right? Seek one of us out.
Absolutely.
Seek one of the
Got
diplomats
to.
out. I'm not a diplomat, but seek one of the diplomats out. Seek me out if I'm there. Tell me what you do, and I
Mhm.
promise you, I will introduce you to someone that can have an impact on your business.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
In Brandis, if you and I and the 70 other ones aren't doing that, we're not doing what we
That's
were.
right.
Right.
Even though it is voluntary, that's what we're there for.
Right.
That's right.
Excuse me. And again, it is to generate business for the F&M Bank and respective employers, right?
Sure.
That's what it's. The connection piece is really what it is.
Well, and I tell people all the time, one of my main goals in life, obviously I sell real estate, we have the brewery, so those are secondary
I'm
goals
sorry,
to
you
me.
have a brewery.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, Cedar Glade Brews. I'm one of the owners. So
Nice.
that's that. But to me, those are secondary goals. My main goal in life is to be the I know a guy,
Mhm.
right? I want people to call me and say, "Hey, do you know someone that?" And no matter what it is, either I know someone directly or I know someone that knows someone,
Mhm.
right? And so knowing other connectors, knowing other people that are plugged in, I may not know that person that provides that service, but I bet you Brandis does,
Right.
or I bet you Grady does,
Right.
right? And that's critical. That's how you build community.
Right. And my perspective is a little bit different. My job is a little bit different in that I'm not trying to attract new business or get
Sure.
sales or things like that. My role is a little different. So my focus is more on nonprofits and community and the Diplomat program and the chamber is great because I can go to those and I can find people who are interested in volunteering and giving back and sponsors for nonprofits and
But if you think about it, that still ultimately that exists to raise the stature of MMC in the community.
sure,
And
yes,
so ultimately it does lead to more revenue,
sure,
right? And it does lead to um, better brand awareness,
hmm
better community. I mean, all of that
right,
leads to hopefully, right?
yeah,
Theoretically,
yeah,
more business.
yeah,
And I think it's okay to say that. I think it's okay to say I participate in the Chamber of Commerce to build my own business.
hmm
And if I can build my own business by helping someone else build theirs, that's gravy.
right, yeah,
It always comes back.
Yeah.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
always comes back. I can't tell you how much I've gotten, not just for me talking to somebody, but because I was out. Oh, you're the guy that does that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're the
absolutely.
guy that always wears your name badge with the blue ribbon.
Yeah,
Always.
always.
Always. I love it. I
What
love it.
what do you do? It's always
Yeah,
that. So, but anyway,
yeah.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Okay. So I've got a couple questions for you. What is your, uh, so far, what has been your favorite part about being a diplomat?
I think for me, my favorite part so far has been the relationships that I've built and meeting so many people in this community that were like minded, that want to give back, that want to make Rutherford County a better place for their families. Um, and that is, when you're in that space for a long time in another community and you move somewhere and you don't know
Where
anybody
did you
in
move from?
Cookeville,
Oh, okay.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to school there at Tennessee Tech and I just stayed far too long after I graduated. But
They
I
must have
was
had a Davis market there.
yeah, I was very involved in the community and very involved. And so when we first moved here, I didn't feel that connection. I didn't feel that sense of community. And so the Diplomat program, I feel like, has given me that sense of community and the ability to meet people like Grady, other people on my Diplomat team, people who are like minded. So that has been my favorite part.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Grady, what about you?
me and you can relate to this. It's the friendships.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Friendships. I mean, I actually made a list one day of all the people that I did know 2 years ago.
How long was that list? Yeah.
Both sides,
Yeah.
both women and guys, just all over the community, people I did not know. And you and I met primarily because of the brewery there.
Yeah.
I went over to check out the space, and there's Jay Harm.
Yeah.
Um, and
Fast
Jonathan,
friends.
year and a half, 2 years tops.
Right.
But yeah, I said it earlier, you cannot put a price tag on it. I can go anywhere in town just about now and find somebody that I can call a friend.
Yeah.
2 years ago, wasn't even part of the conversation.
And the more that you do that, the more aware you become of just how dynamic this community really is. I mean, you
Absolutely.
you were mentioning all the nonprofits, and thankfully, a lot of the nonprofit leaders participate in chamber events as well.
Absolutely. Yes.
And man, just that space, there are so many cool things happening in our
So
community
many cool things happening.
for all kinds of different purposes, all
Hmm.
kinds of different populations, different needs being
Hmm.
met, and a lot of them go relatively unnoticed because they're just here to do the work.
Right. They're just here to do the work. They're not here for accolades.
Yeah,
And if you know anything about nonprofits, they don't have a marketing budget.
right, right.
So, I mean, it's up to, the people that they work with to spread the word. But you're right. so many amazing
Oh my
people in the
gosh.
community doing amazing things.
So many. So I had the pleasure of hanging out with Joel Bigelow at the last Business Before Hours, and got a chance to introduce him to a couple of folks that I hope will help move indoor athletics even further.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's one example of a need that, quite frankly, I didn't even know existed until I met him, and he didn't know existed except that he happened to be working steel one day and looking over the fence, and he's like, not only did he recognize the need, he said, "And I can do something about it."
Mm-hmm.
Right? And
That's
so
all it takes.
that's it. And I had no idea that need even existed.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't know Endure Story, check them out. They're pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Some good stuff going on there. But anyway, well, that's cool. That's good stuff. All right, so this one's a little tougher. So I'm going to ask it, and then I'm going to ask another one. And we'll come back to it. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you some time to think
Okay.
about it. Does that sound good? So, what's your favorite story from the chamber thus far in your time there? Like some kind of connection story, some kind of a cool business that you got to go see, an opportunity you had because of that, whatever. What's your favorite story that you can think of since you've been there? And then next question, so you can chew on that one. The next one is, here lately, what has been the most impactful new business? Who do you want to give a shout out today, new business wise, over the last however long, that you're like, man, more people need to know about this place?
Boy, both of those are tough ones.
Oh, that is so difficult.
Okay.
It
Well,
shouldn't be, right?
It shouldn't be.
because there's
Well,
just so many. You got to
well,
pick one.
I'm
That's
gonna
the problem.
I'm gonna say a business that I love right now, and
And it doesn't mean that any of the other ones are bad. This is
right.
just the one that
I'm
pops
just
in
I'm
mind.
gonna show my age a little bit here.
Uh-oh.
But we haven't had the ribbon cutting yet because
Okay.
it has been postponed and postponed and postponed.
Okay.
But the Dapper Owl
That's where I was
coffee
going.
shop. I stole his answers.
Uh-huh.
So listen, I met these folks last year at Meet Murfreesboro at MTSU.
All right, real quick. Where is Dapper Al?
It's over on Main Street.
East
Close
Main
to-
Street after you cross over Rutherford.
Okay.
About a quarter mile down on the right, maybe not quite that far. It's an old building, but she has done a tremendous job.
It's
inside.
beautiful.
Gotcha.
And for all the people, the OG Murfreesboro people, we used to come to a place when I was in high school. We used to come to a place called the Red Rose Cafe,
Mm-hmm.
and
Good spot.
Near and dear to my heart. The building's even gone, and
I
it
know,
was
and it's
so beautiful.
it was so beautiful, but it was just a place where it didn't matter where you were from or who you were. It was a place where you could hang out, you could get a cup of coffee, you could listen to some live music, you could meet people.
I fell in love with mid-century modern furniture at the Red Rose.
Yeah.
They had this sofa that was like 10 miles long, and then it turned. You remember that thing?
Yes.
Oh, it was amazing.
So,
Anyway, sorry.
So the Red Rose is gone, sadly, and it left Murfreesboro before I came to Murfreesboro. But that was just a place I had so many fond memories of in high school because we just thought it was so cool to be in high school and to come hang out at a coffee shop
That served beer.
that served beer.
Yeah.
And I feel like the Dapper Owl is sort of filling that void.
Really? Okay. I got to check it out.
So it's just a cool space and it's very welcoming, and definitely check it out. I think the ribbon cutting is next
7th,
week,
September
maybe.
7th.
Yeah. But I love that place, and they have great baked goods. Their bagels are amazing. They serve frothy monkey coffee.
Okay.
Sound like a commercial.
That's
but
okay.
anyway.
That's what we do. All right, Grady, she stole your answer, buddy.
I'm so sorry.
Number 2. It's what you get for doing the whole ladies first thing.
Yeah, thanks.
Sorry.
The Dapper Owl is definitely one that is unique, and coffee shops need to be unique.
Yes.
Um,
Reflect their owners' personalities.
So yeah, I mean, to have the great coffee, to have the baked goods, to have the live stage for music. They've also got a meeting room in there. If you want to just have 5 or 6 folks in there to hang out, they can close the doors. I think in the thought that went into the design, the artwork inside is just unreal. But Harm, I'm going to keep this close to home. I like what you've done at the Cedar Glade.
Well, thanks, buddy.
It's been my second home, I think, for about 1.5 years now. Almost 2 years, right? Come
Almost
December.
December.
It's funny. We're talking about new type establishments. The tap room stuff is relatively new to Murfreesboro.
It is. By the way, I'm wearing my OG Mayday shirt, everybody.
Oh, nice.
Shout out to the OGs.
Well, yeah, I just like the fact there's eclectic places to go
Yeah.
and hang out and make friendships. And it's funny, I'll go into Cedar Glade. Hey, how you doing? And I can't remember who these people are,
Yeah.
but I met them there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or somewhere else. But it's another way to bring community together, right? So you like to have community over a cup of coffee. Community is also over a glass of beer.
That's it.
And it could be anything, but I just think the fact that we've got more of these types of places where people can bond, make connections, make friends, that's always going to be number one in my wheelhouse.
Well, and restaurants are great. I love restaurants, but it's not the same thing as being able to walk into a coffee shop or a great bar and just hang out, right?
Yeah.
Mingle around the tables.
Yeah,
and-
restaurants aren't set up for socialization.
Exactly.
Right? They're just set up to eat with the people you
Yeah.
brought. And
That's it. Yep.
Think about the old TV show Cheers, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where everybody's your friend.
That's it.
And I think that's true at a coffee shop. And again, there's other places that you can do that. I'm not a big shopper. I don't go and spend 3 hours at the mall looking for a pair of pants. I don't do that. So for me to find some place where like-minded folks like to hang out, to me, that's a good business. And I love good marketing. I love the way that folks can get out. And I like what you do. And we've talked about this before, Jonathan, you'll mix it up. You'll change it up. If it ain't working, we're going to change it up. But I think by doing that, you find people can connect with those changes. If you stay the same, where you're going to go out of business.
Yeah.
And I like what you do with especially the blues jam. I thought was a great move.
Thank you.
I love music. I want to go hear music. That's bar none. If I'm going to go, who's got the best music and the best atmosphere?
Right.
On a Friday or Saturday, well, maybe even during the week. That's where I'm going.
Right.
Again, I think there's a lot of cool businesses that's open. Happy's on the Square. It's not a bad place. A little bit too noisy for me, but that's whatever. And I want to bring up one though. It's not a new business, and it's probably my favorite story piece. Was by all the connections and loving music and all of this, was becoming acquainted with the Walnut House. It's a venue that's overlooked at times. And I'll say, hey, you're
It's
going
an outstanding venue,
it's
though.
beautiful.
It's the best listening room I've ever been in. It's quaint. If you want to go hear a show, music, and even when Kara Kent puts her productions on, it's the best place to do it. But I get more
well produced. Yeah.
Where is it? I get that all the time. Where is it?
Yeah.
Well, that may be another discussion for another day, but still, I love that place. And while it has been there for a while, it's still new in some people's minds.
Right.
And we have our square, what Main Street Murfreesboro is doing with our downtown businesses is phenomenal. And it's part of that group.
Yeah.
And I know they're trying their best to make things more aware. Bracken Mayo does a good job in the Pulse about listing where things are. We're making it happen. It's just incremental at times.
Well, and what I love is when you finally hit that point as a business that people you become part of the fabric. So I look at somewhere like the Alley, right?
Mhm.
Sean and Christie's restaurant. It's not been open as long as a lot of people think.
Right.
But it's such a part of the fabric of the community that people feel like it's almost been there forever.
Right.
And it just hasn't. That's just not true. I remember a long time ago, I got a chance to interview Peter Demas. And he said that people would come in and they'd be like, yeah, we used to eat here, 25 years ago. And this was long enough ago that he said, no, you didn't. We weren't here 25 years ago. But it was such a part of the fabric of the community that people don't really remember the Alley not being there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I remember all the other restaurants that were in the same building as the Alley, but I don't really remember not having the alley.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of my goal, right? Is I want people to be like, yeah, I remember when Mayday was the only brewery.
Mm-hmm.
I love Mayday, but I also don't want them to feel like I want them to think, oh, well, Cedar Glade's been here forever. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
It's getting there. I was talking to somebody last week, ironically enough, about the alley. How many places was it before?
Oh man, well, it was the barbecue joint right before.
Roosters,
Yep, it was the
Three Brothers.
sandwich shop. It was Tomato, the pizza place. I mean, I don't know what it was before that. I don't remember.
I don't either, but the alley is a mainstay.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
If people come in to close loans with me, like say in the afternoon,
yeah,
they want to eat dinner somewhere. Well, that's where I'm steering them.
yeah.
Because if they want a taste of Murfreesboro and what that's about, I think that place exemplifies all of that.
It's consistently good. The
Mm-hmm.
service is consistently perfect.
Absolutely. Quality food.
The owners are extremely active and
Mm-hmm.
participative in our community. I mean, it is exactly what a small business should be.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yep. So, love you, Sean and Christy. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for what you've done.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah. We
Yeah.
love the alley.
And the artist in the alley stuff that they host over at the Walnut House
Yeah.
and other places, they are very, very community oriented. I think
Mhm.
it's been a big piece of why that's made them successful. In addition to the fact that they do have good food, it's a good place.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're
Agreed.
just active.
Agreed. All right. Last question for you guys. And did you come up with your story?
Uh-huh.
All right. What's your story?
So I'm going to have to plug my favorite nonprofit here, which is Special Kids Therapy and Nursing Center.
Yes.
And I think for me, of course, I became a diplomat. I think officially our first meeting was January, and MMC hosts the Special Kids Race in March. So by the time our meetings roll around January, February, race is, pretty much done and set for. We're just, waiting for last minute registrants and things like that. And so I shared at a meeting and shared on our Facebook group page that we were still looking for some volunteers. And so the morning of race, just seeing all the diplomats that were involved in race, whether they were there as a sponsor and their business was there, they were participating with their families, they were coming to volunteer. It just really, it let me know right then that I was in the right place.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Special Kids does some outstanding
They
work
really do.
in this community for sure. All right. Last question. Okay. And you can't choose not to answer this. Okay. Give me the real scoop on Kelly Beam.
She's lovely.
Are we sure that that's your right answer? Because I think so too, but I just wonder what's
Dude,
behind
she is-
that
no.
1,000,000-watt smile.
I haven't seen anything behind. I let our kids go to school together. We spend some time at football games together in the heat. She is honestly, I can say that it's like one of my favorite people. I met her before I came a diplomat,
Mhm.
and I think she kind of encouraged that. For
She's
me
an
to
incredible
to-
encourager, isn't
she
she?
is an incredible encourager, and I'm not gonna cry.
If you do, I have a hanky. Don't worry.
So, everybody has struggles in life. Life is hard. And she is someone that will encourage you, lift you up, pray for you, give you a hug when you need it. And you don't find that kind of genuinity. That's not a word.
It is now.
It is now.
I love it. I'm going to use it.
You don't find that very often. So she is who she is, and it's not a facade.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, Grady.
2014. Lost a 10-year job.
Mm.
Where do you go, right? With my severance package, I went and joined the chamber. I think it was $400, whatever. Well, guess who was there? Kelly Beam. And I did something to put my stuff out there in the chamber about as far as job opportunities. I think I either went back or she called me. I don't remember. It's been a long time ago now. Hey, somebody was just in here that you need to go talk to. Ended up being a job.
Yeah.
I look back on that like, she didn't know me. I'm sure there's been 1,000 folks just like me went through the chamber looking for help, and she was there.
Mhm.
Which I want to kind of double back just a second. Kind of the same thing. Kelly Beam, though, is just, she's a beam of light. She's just awesome. Favorite story, though, with the chamber. Same thing, Mary Fugit. We all know her. We all love her. And we love her to death. That same time frame, when I joined the chamber, we talked about this earlier, right? When you go to these meetings, you go to the after hours, the before hours, the ribbon cuttings. I didn't know anybody. Here I was 10 years working from home. I had no sense of community much. I coached basketball. I had that sense, but I wasn't out in the business community.
Right.
She took me under her wing, sought me out. She knew I looked lost, and I did, I'm sure.
You talking about Mary?
Mary.
Yeah.
Well, let me introduce you to some folks. And she kept that up probably for the next 3 or 4 meetings, chamber things that went down. She was so kind to me. And I always remember that when I go to, and I'm not always the best at it, but when I go to these after hours things, especially where it's noisy or whatever, I want to find 3 or 4 or 5 people that look lost.
Some lost sheep.
And hand them my business card. I've been, I follow up with them. I get their business card. We go have coffee. That's where the connection piece kind of started, was just me kind of doing that because Mary did that for me.
That's awesome.
I have never forgotten that. And I've told her that. I think I emailed her or IM'd her when Garl was going through his stuff, and just thanked her again. That's 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But that sort of thing just doesn't go away.
And here's the thing. So, Chamber of Commerce, Grady, you said it exists to grow businesses, right? It exists to attract businesses in, new businesses, and it exists for businesses to grow themselves by participating and contributing.
Right.
But it turns out that, big surprise, right? Your business leaders, your people that are doing the work, your people that are building businesses, your people that are doing that and working and building the community as well. The people that are doing that also happen to be pretty awesome folks.
Right.
Yeah. And so when you go and you participate and look, I don't care what your business is. I don't care if you don't even have a business. Come and participate. Come and learn, come and meet, come and grow. Maybe you want to do something shade tree, right? Maybe you want to start a little side project. I don't know.
Yeah.
But come and participate.
Check that calendar out because you can attend those business after hours and business before hours events without being a member. You can just pay to attend those and meet people. So if you're not comfortable, signing up for that membership, there is a way that you can be involved. And I think it's a great place to grow and meet people.
And just plug in.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree.
They had in the chamber orientation.
Oh, yeah.
Chamber 101 every Friday
just
morning.
Go sit in, and
yeah,
if that don't give you a feel after you've been to one of the events, I mean, that's going to tell you what the chamber's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, the cool thing there is that you can get the scoop on some new stuff that's happening. It's always fun to be the guy that's in the know.
That's my favorite. That's okay. It's not my favorite thing. It's my second favorite thing is like when I see it, I'm like, oh, I know what that's going to be. You know, like what's coming, and it kind of makes you feel like
a little more important.
A little more important. Yeah.
That's
like
it.
I'm in the
Who
know.
doesn't want to feel important?
Everybody wants to be in the know.
That's
right.
it. That's it. I love it. I love it. All right. Brandise Raikes, marketing coordinator over at MMC. If you've got something that you want to talk to MMC about sponsoring, participating in, you're the person to talk to,
events.
right?
Yes, sir.
Educational events, all that. Grady Payne over at F&M Bank. If you need to work through some financial situations and figure out the best way to do that, maybe it's a HELOC, maybe it's a commercial line of credit, those types of things, or any other kind of loan, or you just want to change bank because sometimes you just need to change your bank. I get that. It happens. Give my buddy Grady a call.
Or if you want help connecting in the community, let's do it.
That's it. That's it. Thank you, guys.
Let's talk music.
We'll go to the Dapper Al. We'll go to Cedar Glades.
There you go. I love it. Thank you guys for being on. And if you do want to get involved in the chamber, if that's something that you want to do and you don't exactly know how, start with the website, contact one of these two folks, contact me, and we'll get you plugged in and we'll make sure that you're not lonely because it is possible to show up at an event with 200 people and feel lonely. It is totally possible.
100% possible.
And we acknowledge that. I've been there. I've done that. And as outgoing and loud as I am, I have walked into rooms and thought, I either don't belong here or I don't really want to be here. and all of a sudden you're
My
very
first
isolated.
business after hours was last fall, and that's exactly how I feel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's totally
Almost
possible.
near panic.
It is overwhelming.
It is. It is.
You're
So
inside, 200 people. It's noisy.
Mhm. Everybody seems to know everybody except
right,
you.
right,
Yeah.
right. Everybody's smiling, and you're the
Mhm.
only one that's anxious. It seems
Yeah.
like. Yeah. Uh-huh. So seek one of us out.
Mhm.
We'll alleviate some of that anxiety.
Absolutely.
right.
Love it. Thank you guys.
Cool.
Appreciate
Thank
y'all.
Had a
you.
good
Thanks
one.
for watching. Thank you, Brian, for being a sponsor. We do have a couple of cool things coming up. Let's plug it. We got time. So September 14th, my buddy Grady here and then Brian are co-hosting, co-sponsoring a watch party over at Cedar Glade for Charity
Ooh,
Chopped in the Burrow.
nice.
That's right.
Super excited about that. So I happen to be cooking with Mr. Jason Matheson from
yeah.
Primrose Table,
Oh, nice.
which I love the alley. We talked a lot about them, but Primrose is
it's so good.
it's the pinnacle. I love that place. And Jason is absolutely incredible. So he and I are going to be stuck in a food truck cooking whatever they hand us in a box. I'm pumped and
How do you
nervous.
prepare for that?
You don't. I have no idea. I don't have a clue. So
You remember Barbecue Pitmaster show on A&E
Yeah.
back in the day? You opened up the cooler. Here you go.
yeah, good luck.
It's
We'll,
on.
we'll see you in an hour.
Are you at home like practicing your chopping skills?
No. I, at this point, I can't get better. So I'm better off. I'm better off just going with what I got and not freaking myself out. So I don't want to cut myself either right before the event.
Yeah,
but
sure.
But how cool though is Shannon's idea on this to do the watch parties?
It's
right?
awesome.
This is going to be a community-wide, citywide event. I don't think it's been done before like this. So
that's going to be awesome.
just come hang out.
Yeah.
Right. And support. It's 3 charities in one event.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
We're Team Food. So if you come to Cedar Glade, you're going to be supporting Second Harvest Food Bank.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
My guy, David Stockton.
David's wonderful.
Yep.
Great
And
organization.
it's a for our watch party, it's a recommended $25 donation. With a $25 donation at the door, you'll get a beer and an appetizer from Mission Tacos. So we're even going deeper and we're pulling yet another business in, and Mission Tacos is helping us out. Love those guys. Alberto and crew are fantastic. So
that was a good pull on your part.
Are you selling tickets for that, advanced tickets, or is it just at the door?
Because and our thought process is we have a board game group that meets regularly. I don't want to put them out. Right?
Sure.
They can still come and hang out, and if they choose to donate, that's cool. And if not, then they do their normal thing. And either way, it's fine, right? There's no pressure either direction. And but anyway, so recommended $25 donation. You get that one beer with that. But we also happen to have a happy hour that goes from 4 to 7. So you get half price beers.
Nice.
Also,
does it get any better than that?
I mean, come on, man. Right? We'll have the big screen up.
What other watch parties?
So there are exactly. It doesn't matter. You want to be at the place where the winner is ananyway. And so since we're going to throw down, we're fixing to beat Laura and Sean and their teams. Anyway, no, I talk trash. It's what I do. You know. So
well, that's part of winning.
That's right. That's right. If you can't have fun with
mental,
that.
it's like 90% mental.
You got to back it up.
Oh, we're coming with it.
Larry Bird, the biggest trash talker in the NBA, he could back it up. I'm going to hang 40 on you, Holmes, or whatever he would tell people. Like, and he would do it.
Yeah, exactly. I love it.
It's great.
So that's going to be a lot of fun.
I got a little announcement.
All right, let's hear it.
I'm going to be bouncing. So Michael Lynn's the official host at Liberty Station.
Michael Lynn White.
Shouts to Michael Lynn. I'm going to be bouncing around to all 3 of the watch parties, doing kind of like a remote,
my man Trent.
Yeah,
Johnny Trenty on the spot.
Yeah, man.
So it's going to be Liberty Station, Cedar Glade, and the warehouse
and Walnut
House.
Yeah,
so 4
we'll
watch parties.
Well, the event is 3 watch parties.
Yeah, the main event is at Liberty Station.
Sure.
I'll be the satellite. Michael Lynn will cut to me, like, kind of like
and where can people see this if they don't want to?
It'll be on
Facebook
out in public
and
YouTube and all
awesome.
I think we'll be up to like 8 different destinations online, so it's gonna be really cool. I'm super excited about that.
Very cool. Very cool.
Mushroom into something else.
Yeah, man.
I can see Michael Lynn now. Wait. What's that? What's that?
Coming in live from the Walnut House?
We're cutting to Trent over at the Walnut House where it's going down.
It's gonna be
so
it's
cool.
Gonna be so cool. We're actually having a meeting about that tomorrow. So
nice.
Very excited to see how that comes together.
Yeah.
I love it.
Appreciate Shannon and Michael Lynn for the collaboration opportunity. It's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, very
the
cool.
Man. You're the man.
Fantastic. All right. So other stuff going on September the 9th. Right before that, we've got the fish fry in Smyrna. Smyrna Rotary Club Fish Fry, September 9th. To me, it's the event of the year every year. So we'll have over 2,000 people at the airport. And our goal this year is to raise $250,000 with the fish fry. Last year we did $225,000. And almost every penny of that goes back into the community. In fact, most everything gets donated. We have to buy the fish and a few other things. But the vast majority, I mean, like literally probably 97% of that money goes right back into the community through grants.
That's wonderful.
Where do I find tickets for that? Because I need to go.
WOFSmyrna.com.
Got it.
WOFSmyrna.com. Wings of Freedom, Smyrna.
Went last year. It was a heck of an event.
If you need to get some exercise in before you go gorge yourself on a fish fry, the Heroes Run is that morning.
Nice.
Benefiting the Travis Manion Foundation.
Run and then come eat a bunch of fried food.
And then go eat
and Cedar Glade
fried
beer.
food and drink beer.
There you go.
That is the perfect recovery for a 5K.
There you go. And I'm going to throw one more out there. I love my Blue Raiders. We are traveling to Tuscaloosa this week.
Going to Bama.
Come on.
Traveling to
Bama.
Tuscaloosa.
In the Hilton?
No, the Hilton's not going to be ready. And we couldn't find a parking spot down there.
Oh.
So, but Cedar Glade's going on the road. So Alumni Ginger over there has organized a big tailgate.
Yep.
And the beer provider is
Cedar Glade.
Cedar Glade.
CGB.
Nice.
Yep. So
I've actually had some people reach out to me and request tickets for that game this weekend. MMC is the official medical group of Blue Raider Athletics.
Right.
Nice.
And we do get tickets for home games, etc. But I think that they did not give us tickets for the Bama game. I've had people ask.
Well, Bama has been very stingy.
They
with
haven't
those
they?
tickets. Yeah,
haven't they?
Shame on you.
Shame. I mean, you could have let a little blue in the stadium.
I mean, come on,
right?
man. Right. Anyway, all right. That's a heck of a list right there.
Yeah.
Lots of things happening.
I love it.
I think there's something going on just about every day in September.
Pretty much.
If you want to find it, it's out there.
That's it.
Absolutely.
That's it. You don't even have to work that hard to find
a
it.
place to belong in September.
And on that note,
and I don't sing well, obviously.
Hey.
I wasn't going to say anything,
Well,
but
that's okay. I know.
All right. That's it. Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of the week. We'll talk to you again real soon. Thanks for checking out Table Talk today. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you have any questions whatsoever about real estate, check us out at jharmonhometeam.com or on Facebook and Instagram at jharmonhometeam.